Now, here's your first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jason Livia.
We are looking at a bit of a cold and wintry, messy week ahead for the Mid-Ohio Valley. We do have two systems that we are keeping an eye on. The first coming through on Wednesday, bringing in mostly scattered showers between rain and snow. And then we are looking at a potential winter storm, primarily coming in throughout the day on Saturday and dropping into Sunday as well. So we'll touch on Wednesday for just a moment. We are looking at some potential snow showers moving throughout the day on Wednesday, maybe even some rain showers depending on where the rain snow line lies as we head throughout the day Wednesday. But we are looking at a bit of a warmer day, especially towards the afternoon and evening. We are possibly looking at a couple more showers late Wednesday into Thursday before things calm down and start to cool off again as we head towards the weekend, which we do have first alert weather days for Saturday and Sunday for potential widespread snow and then more frigid weather similar to what we are seeing tonight. What we do know at this time, we have a developing low late this week that'll be tracking across the country as we head into Saturday. More frigid air is expected to follow the system, but the questions we're asking is, what is the path and the speed of the system going to look like as we head into the weekend? At the moment, the exact path of this storm isn't quite known. Both the Euro and the GFS models, the long-range models, have this system tracking primarily a little bit farther to the south of the Mid-Ohio Valley, the core of it tracking mostly through Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina, but could definitely bring some snow up here to the Mid-Ohio Valley. Though, if this model or really any of the guidance tracks northward over the next couple of days, we could see more snow in the Mid-Ohio Valley. But getting a handle on totals will take a couple of days and will come closer to the midweek. Regardless of whether or not we're actually going to see snow or not, it is still going to be quite cold as we head into Saturday and Sunday, similar to what we're seeing tonight. 18 degrees for the high on Saturday and only 20 on Sunday. Now, speaking of tonight, it's already very frigid across the Mid-Ohio Valley. 12 degrees right now, but it feels like zero, and we have seen feels like temperatures dip just below zero over the last couple hours or so due to the winds still in the region. Current wind chill around the region, while we're at 0 in Parkersburg, 3 over in Athens, negatives not far away. -5 in Zanesville, -7 in Columbus, and we'll continue to get a little bit colder over the rest of the night tonight into the upper single digits. And with that wind chill in the negatives, we do have that cold weather advisory that will continue through Tuesday morning, which has led to Tuesday being a first alert weather day just in the morning due to schools also being closed across the region. And you can go to our website under the closings and delays tab to see the exact closings and delays across the Mid-Ohio Valley, but we are still looking at plenty of cold weather this week. Andrew?